I want to take you to Egypt now, where the military has given President Mohamed Morsy 48 hours to answer the demands of angry protesters who've taken to the streets, or it will step in and restore order, they say. To get an idea of how many Egyptians are already fed up with Morsy's year-old Islamist government, take a look at this. Tens of thousands rallied in Cairo's Tahrir Square today, as they have the past few days, many calling on Morsy to include the moderate political elements into his government and try to reduce the growing influence of the conservative Muslim Brotherhood. Other Egyptians say he's ineffective, demand that he resign immediately, and threaten civil disobedience if he doesn't. Earlier today, protesters stormed the headquarters of the Muslim Brotherhood, smashing windows and setting parts of the building on fire. Clashes with police across Egypt have led to at least 16 deaths. Hundreds have been wounded, and late word that 5 government ministers resigned today, including Egypt's foreign minister. It's the middle of the night in Cairo. Thousands of protesters are camped out in Tahrir Square at this hour. It's the same tactic they used in 2011 to dislodge President Hosni Mubarak from 3 decades in power. Ben Wiedemann joins us now from Cairo. So as we mentioned, this local paper there, it said Egypt is, quote, on the edge of a volcano. Does that sound about right to you based on what you're seeing?
Anderson, that's about right. What you see behind me, of course, is tens of thousands of people. It's 3 a.m. in the morning here, calling on Mohamed Morsy to step down. In other parts of Cairo, there are demonstrations by not quite so many people to support the president. And the real worry is that these two different camps are going to meet and blood could be shed. Last night, you mentioned the storming of the headquarters of the Muslim Brotherhood in a Cairo suburb. 8 people were killed there, 8 people Sunday elsewhere in Egypt. And certainly that is the worry, that these two groups are going to come together and it could be very nasty.
Ben, while you're speaking, I don't know if it's possible for your camera operator to actually show some of the shots in Tahrir Square, just to get a sense of what it's like at this time of the night. But if it is, that would be great. Is there a sense of what the military?
Just step out of the
Sure.
camera.
Is there a sense of what the military is going to do? I mean, they've given this ultimatum. What exactly does that mean?
Well, basically, this is pressure not just on the Muslim Brotherhood, but also on the opposition to put their differences aside and try to start running the country properly. Analysts will tell you that what they're looking for, the military at least, is a more inclusive cabinet. And as you said, 5 ministers have resigned from the government today. They would like early presidential and parliamentary elections. At the moment, Egypt does not have a parliament. But the problem is the opposition and the Muslim Brotherhood-led government are so far apart at this point, it's very difficult to envision them coming together. And certainly we saw a statement from the presidency today saying that they were not consulted prior to the issuing of this ultimatum. Clearly there's a broad gap between the president and the military, and let's not forget, it's really the military in Egypt that is the biggest, strongest, most powerful institution here. And when they tell the government, when they tell the politicians, get your act together, they're serious.
It's fascinating days. Ben Wiedemann, stay safe. Thank you, Ben.